Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you're here. Today is a video that I actually had planned to do earlier, and then I saw some other people were doing it, and I was like, okay, we're gonna hold off. We're gonna wait till next month to do it. I had already pulled, I had all of my list of videos that I want to do. I have way more videos than I have time to do. So anyway, I wanted to do a marshmallow video, and I had all of the fragrances laid out, and then other people are doing it. So today is marshmallow scents. These are all of the scents in my collection that have a marshmallow note. I did have to go back through my collection because I did not update my Fragrantica very well, because I knew I had this first one. I knew this had a marshmallow note, but it didn't show up on my list. And I was like, wait a second. I didn't even put it in my Fragrantica. So I don't know what was up with that. This is Dolce & Gabbana Femme. So that's the first one we're going to talk about, because for some reason I didn't put it on my Fragrantica. Who knows why. Anyway, before I get started, let me know what your favorite marshmallow scents are. Let me know if you have any of these. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And please, like this video if you enjoyed it, because that really does help out small content creators and large ones too. It really does help us out. Some of these fragrances might be more surprising than others. Some of these you're going to already probably know and have already heard of, or maybe even own. But we're going to start with Dolce & Gabbana Femme. I got this one earlier this year. I think I got it right at the beginning of January. I found it at Marshall's for $69. So not the best deal. I usually like to get my fragrances much cheaper than that. But I had heard so many good things about it, I decided to pick it up. This is such a light scent. This is definitely one that if you are and this is coming from somebody who enjoys light scents, this is super light. I don't get a whole bunch from this. It is very, I don't want to say I go anosmic to it, but it is so subtle that it is very easy to forget you have any perfume on, because it's just so very, very light. And I was expecting something with a little bit more of a punch, because, I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more out of this one, because it is, like I said, so very, very light. So this one was created in 2012. The notes are raspberry, neroli, and mandarin orange. Middle notes are orange blossom and jasmine. Base notes are marshmallow, vanilla, sandalwood, and heliotrope. So you do get some of the sweetness from the fruits. It does have, I want to say it's more powdery and a little creamy. I don't really get a lot of marshmallow from it. It's not super sweet. It has a sweetness to it, but it's definitely not as sweet as other fragrances that you're going to see as they come through. But this one is nice. It's one that I wish people had talked about how very, very light it is, though, because this is such a super light fragrance. Little bit of powder, little bit of sweetness. I guess there's more powder than sweetness, and then just a little bit of that fruitiness and the florals mixed in there. It's very well blended. It's very pretty. It's just so underwhelming. I found it very underwhelming, which is probably me. So anyway, that is Dolce & Gabbana Femme. Next up is another pretty soft scent. This is from Zara. This is part of their collaboration with Jo Malone of Jo Loves, not of Jo Malone as the company is now. She has no longer with the company. This is Rose Marshmallow Candy. This is part of their Lullaby collection, I want to say. It is kind of their almost their children's line, but not quite the children's line. It's a step above the children's line, if that makes sense. This one is very soft. This is so delicious, though. This is Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, but very toned down and a light version of it. This came out in 2020. There's only 3 notes listed, although it's funny because it says rose on there, so I would think that there's rose in there. I'm also getting floaties in there, and I don't know where those floaties are coming from. That is weird. This is the Zara Emotions collection, by the way. Anyway, the 3 notes listed on Fragrantica are vanilla, marshmallow, and blood orange. And I definitely do get that there is a citrus in here, but not, it's mostly marshmallow and vanilla. But with just something that's a little citrusy gives it a little bit of a kick. So yes, I really like this one. I need to wear this one more. I thought it was limited edition, which was part of the reason why I was like, but it is not. I saw it the last time I was on the Zara website looking. I did see it still available. So this one is really good. I like this one, and this one is like $20. So much better deal. I mean, much smaller, obviously. But I feel like this one has even more of a presence than Femme. We're going to do one that surprised me. And I'm going to say this right out because this is a hard to find fragrance. It is going for quite a bit on the secondary market, so eBay and Mercari and stuff. And I paid $100 for my bottle because I wanted it so badly and I had heard so much about it. It's not worth it. Just going to say, it is not worth $100. It wasn't $100 to begin with. But this is Escada Cherry in the Air. And I actually got the tester bottle, and that's the reason why it was cheaper. It doesn't look any different. It's just the box was different. This is an okay fragrance, but not worth, the inflated post-retail price of some fragrances. So if you know me, you know I love cherry scents. That is why I wanted to get Cherry in the Air. The notes on this are sour cherry, raspberry, dime, and mandarin orange. Middle notes are marshmallow, vanilla, gardenia, and orchid. Base notes are white suede, sandalwood, musk, and oak. And this one came out in 2013, hence the reason why it's a little bit harder to find. I'm not getting the marshmallow in this one. As opposed to the other ones, this one does not, the marshmallow is not prominent at all. This smells to me very much like, not quite a cherry cough syrup, but if you like mixed a cherry cough syrup with an artificial cherry syrup and like mix those together, that's kind of where this falls in. So it's kind of in between. And I wouldn't mind if it was like a cherry syrup completely, but when you put that like medicinal angle on it, I don't want to be reminded of my childhood and the nasty medicines that we had to take that they always try to make sound good. So this is not my favorite. This is one that I would not recommend going out to purchase. It's an okay fragrance. I think there are better Escadas out there that are that smell better. Like this one is probably lower down on my list of even Escadas, and I really like my Escadas. But this ain't it. Yeah, a little too much on the medicinal side, and the marshmallow is just, it's not very prominent. We're going to go to a much older fragrance in my collection. This is one I've had for quite a long time, and I've used up quite a bit of it just because I had it so long, and it was one of the few fragrances I had for a while. This is Coach Poppy. As you can see, I have used about half of it. This is just, I want to say this is a 30 ml. Yeah. So this is a nice fragrance. I was surprised that it popped up under marshmallow though, because this is not a fragrance that I associate with marshmallow either. To me, this is much more of a fresh kind of green scent. It has a lot of florals in it. Let me read you the notes. It came out in 2010, so it's been out for a while. The notes are cucumber, mandarin orange, and freesia. Middle notes are sweet notes, water lily, rose, jasmine, and gardenia. Base notes are marshmallow, vanille, sandalwood, and Virginia cedar. So I guess it's really the cucumber that is prominent to me, and then like the florals backing it up. I don't really get the sweetness from marshmallow in here at all. I thought it was interesting that marshmallow was listed as a note though. Like if I'm comparing this to another fragrance that had marshmallow in the base, Femme, definitely more of a marshmallow scent than the Coach Poppy. It's okay. It's really given me that vibe of like Bath & Body Works Cucumber Melon back in the day, that type of a vibe. So, not my favorite, but if you like freshies that have like that greenness to them and you like the note of cucumber, you probably would really enjoy this. But you're probably not watching a marshmallow video if that's, I feel like they don't really relate all the time. But yeah, the marshmallow not prominent in this one. So if you're looking for marshmallow, I would skip out on this one. We have one from Juicy Couture. This is Hollywood Royal. This is one of the lines from Juicy Couture that I don't pay attention to quite as much. I'm very much into the Viva La Juicy and Rock the Rainbow. And even the I liked just a little bit more. This was kind of like a one-off that I definitely ignored in my collection, which I know, not the best thing. So this came out in 2015. The notes are candy apple, pear, and pomelo. Middle notes are jasmine, gardenia, and tuberose. Base notes are marshmallow, vanilla, cashmere, wood, and musk. What's weird to me is I'm getting like kind of like a soured fruit note out of this. You know, like if you like a mash, like sour mash when they're starting to like ferment, but you're doing it on purpose. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. That's the initial scent that I get. It must be from the pomelo. I can't think of what else it would have come from. To me, this should be much sweeter, which I think is part of the reason why I don't reach for this as much, given the notes of candy apple, given vanilla, marshmallow, all of those things. I would think it's more fluffy and more sweet. And to me, this isn't like very sweet at all. Like there's a sweetness to it because it's fruity, but it's kind of like the florals have taken over. So there's like some of the fruitiness in there, but the florals are more prominent in this one. So once again, another marshmallow scent that is not very marshmallowy. It's definitely going back to sit in the back of the shelf just to be part of the Juicy Couture collection, but not to wear. I don't see myself wearing this one. So another one that I don't really like. And I like jasmine and tuberose, but this is just, I don't know. It doesn't work. There's like a clash in there. We're going with one of my oldest fragrances. This is Pink Princess by Vera Wang. I love this one. You can kind of, on the bottom, you can see I've used about maybe half of this one, and I hate using it. I'm always afraid that I'm going to get glitter everywhere, and every once in a while it does flake off. But for the most part, it doesn't. But this is one that is discontinued. I don't know how easy it is to find. I should have looked that up. The bottles of Princess are all very cute pink, heart-shaped. There's a little bit of interesting detail on the other side. So on initial spray, I got like a lot of alcohol, and I was worried for a second that it was turning bad, because I almost got like a nail polish remover kind of a scent, but it's going away. Thank goodness. I think that this one is going on its last legs, unfortunately. This one came out in 2013, and I probably bought this right around then, so I have had it in my collection for a while. Let me give you the notes. The top notes are raspberry and pink grapefruit. I think the pink grapefruit is what was given it that weird note. Middle notes are hibiscus and honeysuckle. Base notes are marshmallow and white amber. This is a very pretty girly scent. It's sweet. The marshmallow is it does smell like a marshmallow fragrance. Marshmallow mixed with some fruit and some florals in there as well. It doesn't smell like a straight up marshmallow as I feel like other ones do. I would be careful with this one though, because I do think mine is turning, and I've been keeping, very good care of my fragrances. And it's more of an opaque bottle, so it's not like the sun is seeing it or not. Anyway, it's okay. I used to love this fragrance, and I was very excited to talk about it again, but I can definitely tell that this one is turning. So I would say tread lightly if you're trying to get a bottle of this, because it is discontinued, and you want to make sure that it is a new one, and hopefully it still is good. That's disappointing. But yeah, you can get the marshmallow in here a little bit. It's smelling better as time goes on, but yes, sweet, marshmallowy. It's a fruity floral with marshmallow in there, but tread carefully, I would say, because yeah, mine is definitely starting to turn, and it takes a few minutes for it to settle before you get some of the actual perfume notes in there. So that's disappointing. That makes me very sad. I don't know if I should wear it more or just give it up. I mean, I'm not getting rid of the bottle, but give up on wearing it. All right, let's talk some more obvious marshmallow ones. We're going to talk one from Dossier. I did get sent this one in to review, but my opinions are my own. This is Floral Marshmallow. I've worn it quite a bit of it. I know you probably can't tell, but this is a dupe for Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, and I have been obsessed with this fragrance since I got it. and Love Don't Be Shy is probably one of the most well-known marshmallow type fragrances out there. So of course I had to include the dupe because I don't have the actual bottle of Love Don't Be Shy because it's out of my budget. It's not one that I don't want to pay that much for a perfume. So the top notes are marshmallow, neroli, and bergamot. Middle notes are orange blossom, honeysuckle, jasmine, and orris. Base notes are vanilla, musk, and amber. This is definitely marshmallow. You get that marshmallow, and then you get like the citrus and the orange blossom. But the citruses blend in with the orange blossom because I'm not always a big fan of orange blossom, but this one is so good. This is probably one of my favorite fragrances now, and ever since I did get a decant of Love Don't Be Shy, I have been absolutely loving Floral Marshmallow and Love Don't Be Shy. Really good. If you want marshmallow and you want like just marshmallow but like a little sophisticated with a little bit of citrus in there, this one. This might be my favorite marshmallow of all of them. I mean, I have some other ones to talk about, but this one is good. And I'm sure the other dupes and inspirations of Love Don't Be Shy are good also. This just happens to be the one that I have and that I've tried. Let's talk about the other Kilian that is very marshmallow heavy. This is I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess or a Princess. And this was the My Kind of Love collection. Oh, there's the name Kilian on it. They have different bottles on this one now. They brought it back. I don't think they brought back any of the other My Kind of Love fragrances, which is a shame because they had some really nice ones. And this was an affordable line, unlike some of the other ones that are like I think they're up to $270 now. They were $250 when I first heard about them, but you know, inflation is going up and up and up. This is such a different type of a marshmallow. It is like there's marshmallow in it, but it's, you know, just the polar opposite almost of Love Don't Be Shy. So this is a very different one. Let's talk about the notes. This one came out in 2018. The top note is lemon. Middle notes are green tea, ginger, peach, hedonine, jasmine, and apple. Base notes are marshmallow, vanilla, and benzoin. I feel like the green tea and the ginger are very, like, they make it slightly spicy, but also very, almost, I don't want to say earthy because, like, it's not like a patchouli earthy, but, like, there's an earthiness in it that you get from those. I don't so much get the lemon. It doesn't smell citrusy to me. It does have the creaminess from the marshmallow and vanilla. So this one is definitely kind of, it's very toned down compared to Love Don't Be Shy. Love Don't Be Shy is like, whew. It's much stronger. It's much more in your face. It's much more exuberant. This is more toned down, more earthy, a little bit more mellow. I do like this one a lot, and I'm glad that I have it, but I don't like it quite as much as Love Don't Be Shy. I do really like this one though. I might rank them really fast at the end. All right, next one, it's going to be shiny because of the way the sun is and stuff, but it is also very hard to find. I finally found a bottle on eBay, but you have to be careful because it was a Russian exclusive, but they also do a lot of like counterfeits over there, but it's hard to know. This is I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess or Princess, Rose de Mai. So this one, it's just so shiny. This is the same series. This came out a year later. It was not widely available. I searched for this one for the longest time, and I had wanted, you know, a 1 ounce bottle so that all of my bottles were the same size. That didn't happen, but I was just glad to be able to get one at least because, you know, sometimes it's very hard to get even just one. So your top note in this is ginger. Middle notes are Bulgarian rose and May rose. Base notes are matcha tea and marshmallow. This is a much stronger floral. The roses in there, they're like kind of a jammy rose. And the ginger adds to that jamminess. Like, I think that's why they don't smell like a fresh rose. They smell like the jammy type of rose mixed in with that ginger. I don't really get the matcha too much. Maybe it's just mellowing it out a little bit. And I do get the marshmallow a little bit, but this smells more like a jammy rose. That's like a creamy jammy rose. So I guess that's where the marshmallow's coming in. I think this one is really pretty. It is very different than the original Princess. It's very much floral heavy, whereas the other one doesn't really have the florals aren't prominent at all. So I like this one. Do I like it more than the original? I don't know. But they're both good. I think Kilian does some really good perfumes, which kills me to say because they're so expensive. But if you ever find a Rose de Mai that you are pretty sure is authentic, go for it because I think it's worth it. We're going to end with my Ari fragrances and then I will rank them. But I do have four of the Ariana Grande fragrances have marshmallow in them. We're going to start with Ari. This was the first one. So the first fragrance she released in 2015, the top notes are raspberry, pear, and grapefruit. Middle notes are vanilla, orchid, rose, and lily of the valley. Base notes are marshmallow, musk, and woody notes. I get the marshmallow in here, but it's a different sort of marshmallow. It almost reminds me a little bit more of Cherry in the Air from Escada, that one that we talked about in the beginning, where it's adding like a sweetness to it. It doesn't really smell like a straight marshmallow, but the fruits in here really are being amped up by that instead. It's very pretty. It is very sweet. It smells very much like a celebrity. I like it. I got this one. I got all of my Aris for under 20 bucks. So like this one I think was 12 or 15. So it was very cheap. And I paid that for it, but I would never pay full price for these. I do like it, and it is one that I occasionally wear, so. And I know the little puff is ridiculous, but it's fun to like shake it and have it bounce around. And then we have Sweet Like Candy, and I got one or two at Ross. I got that one on my grocery store, and they had like a little perfume section, and that one was on clearance, Ari. And then I got some gift sets over Thanksgiving, Black Friday time at Walgreens because they were doing a good deal on them. So we have Sweet Like Candy. It came out the following year in 2016. Your notes are blackberry, pear, and bergamot. Middle notes are whipped cream, marshmallow, blackcurrant, frangipani, jasmine, and honeysuckle. Base notes are vanilla and cashmere wood. So there are a lot of notes in there. I do get that it's the blackberry and the blackcurrant. Yeah, wanted to make sure I had the right type of currant. That gives it a tartness, you know, like the in the back of your mouth type of tartness. You get that for sure with this. But there is like a sweetness and a slight creaminess. I feel like Ari is probably creamier than Sweet Like Candy. This smells more like a lollipop kind of deal, whereas the other Ari has more creaminess to it. It is pretty. It's not the most prominent marshmallow note. In 2017, they came out with Moonlight, and I'm sure these are songs of hers too, other than Ari. I don't know. I don't listen to Ariana Grande. When I hear Moonlight, I think of Leanne Rimes, that song, because I'm old. This is definitely the most marshmallow heavy of these three. Let me read you the notes on this one. So we have top notes of plum and blackcurrant. Middle notes are marshmallow and peony. Base notes are vanilla, sandal, and amberwood. This is definitely the creamiest of them all. The fruits are there, but they're not as prominent as they were in the first or even the second one or even the first one. It's definitely more of a creamy type fragrance. This one is really pretty. It's very light. So if you want something that's like creamy, powdery, with some fruits underlying it, that's this one. The other ones, the creaminess and the marshmallowness are like under the radar kind of. And we are to our last one. This is Ariana Grande, obviously, because we're talking about all of them at once. This is Thank You Next 2.0. This came out in 2021. I'm going to take the plastic off because I'm likely to drop the bottle and I don't want to break it. This one I've worn probably more than any of the other Ariana Grandes. This one is such an interesting scent to me. Let me give you the notes. So top notes are wild strawberry, apple juice, and pomegranate. Middle notes are white orchid and jasmine. Base notes are marshmallow, musk, and sandalwood. I feel like it must be the strawberry mixed with the apple juice. There's just something in here that I'm like, oh, it's very interesting. It's very sweet, but there's like an artificialness to it, which I kind of like, which is weird because I don't usually, want, it's almost like a vinyl kind of quality in the background. I get the marshmallow just a little bit with this one. Yeah, it's there. But I feel like the apple juice and the strawberry kind of take center stage, and then you get the marshmallow in there and the other supporting notes. So I do really like this one. It's an anomaly to me. I don't really know why this one is the one that I'm like, yeah, I really feel like wearing that one today. And I've worn this one quite a bit. I do like it. So that's Ariana Grande. Thank You Next 2.0. Hang on a second. I'm going to rank them. So this isn't necessarily in terms of the most marshmallow, although in some ways it kind of is. But it's just my favorite to my least favorite of, or my least favorite to my favorite of these fragrances. So, and let me know your ranking too. First up is, in last place, is going to be Juicy Couture Hollywood Royal. Just not enough of that marshmallow. Just don't really enjoy the scent of it. Then we have Coach Poppy. That cucumber is just, it's not something that I really enjoy anymore. And the marshmallow is not prominent to me either, which is important in a marshmallow video. Then we have Escada Cherry in the Air. Like I said, this one is kind of like that weird mix between cough syrup and cherry syrup. Just not my favorite. Not one that I really want to reach for or wear a lot. Then we have Pink Princess. I think this, by Vera Wang. I think this one would be higher up if, you know, if it wasn't going bad. So it definitely was higher up earlier in my collection, but it's fallen down now. Then we have Sweet Like Candy. This one is okay. I wish it was a little bit more creamy. It's a little bit stark and tart to me. Then we have Ari. I like this one. It has more prominent marshmallow note, but neither one of them are really ones that knock my socks off. Then we have Ariana Grande Moonlight. This one I like. I'm going to give it one more sniff. The creaminess is more prominent in here, which I think is why I like this one more. It smells more like a marshmallow type of fragrance. I like it. It's not a love though. It's one that I wear and I enjoy, but it's not one that I'd be like, oh, I need to get a backup of it. It's not one of those. Then we have Kilian Princess Rose de Mai. I like this one. The marshmallow is not super prominent. I'm getting more of it just like sniffing it from the cap though than when I'm spraying it on. It is definitely more of a jammy rose with some marshmallow underneath, but it is pretty and I do enjoy it. I think there's others that I like just a little bit more though. I told you this one is one that I think about and I wear. I just feel like I need to wear this one. So this is Thank You Next 2.0 by Ariana Grande. A little bit more prominent marshmallow. Has just some interesting artificial like vinyl qualities to that sweetness from the apple juice and strawberry. I really enjoy this one. I'm actually surprised I'm putting this one this high because it's not my favorite and it's one that I'm still disappointed in, but I feel like in terms of marshmallow, this one, the marshmallow is there. It's just so very, very light. It would probably be even higher if it wasn't such a light marshmallow scent, and I really want the marshmallow. And it's just kind of there, but it needs more presence. It needs more presence. Obviously, this one was going to be like top up there. This is Princess by Kilian. It's a good one. It does smell like marshmallow. It does have that spiciness though, so it's not one that I would wear year round. I feel like it's more of a winter, fall type scent for me. It's not one that I want to wear in the heat, but I do enjoy it, and I'm glad that they brought it back because I'm sure I'm going to have to get a new bottle of it eventually. Second place is Zara Rose Marshmallow Candy. I love the scent of this one. I wish it lasted longer. That's the problem with Zara and with Jo Malone fragrances. They don't always last super long. But this one definitely smells like marshmallow. Gives you a lot of the marshmallow. It's just, it's a good one. And yeah, highly recommend picking this one up. So in first place, and this has nothing to do with them sending me this one, it would still be first place if I had the original one, or if I had a different dupe house, or if I had paid for this one. This is Dossier Floral Marshmallow, or Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. Whatever you want to call it. Excellent. The marshmallow is really prominent. Has those lovely citruses and florals in there. I love it. It's my favorite. You probably realized that it was going to be number one. Anyway, let me know how you're doing. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.